Hello, hi, and howdy, everybody, and welcome to Golden Hammer Gaming's GOATS Tournament Championship match between DooDoo Blast and Moiety's Buttered Nuts. I am here with Blue. Blue, how are you doing this evening?
Hey, I'm really good, Maddie. I'm really good. I'm happy to see that it's the names that made it here. You know,
Yeah.
like all the teams with the interesting names are the ones in the finals. So, gave us a little bit of entertainment. I can appreciate that a lot. And I'm ready to watch some good old goats from two good teams. It's been a while. It's been a while since we watched high level stuff. These guys got high level players, and they're gonna put out some good product for us to look at.
Absolutely, and we are here starting out on Nepal, the classic capture the flag map. It does look like both teams are just going to start with the Zen, and we are going to see some just clean, good old-fashioned bodies running at each other as both teams start approaching. This is, as I've mentioned, this is a championship point, so we went through a long tournament. It is these two teams going into the finals here head-to-head as both teams running onto each other, taking point for DooDoo Blast. Both teams start running each other, immediately start throwing their cooldowns at each other. Both teams fighting out back and forth. And a very early D-Mech onto the D.Va, an early advantage here as Don Cheeto gets down Gyneco. And it does look like a retreat call is being called here. Yes, especially as time goes down here. A very quick early fight ring here for DooDoo Blast.
Yeah, you're right. It was a really quick win, and a lot of that came down to it being a Discord difference. Just the Discords coming out from Richie were so much better. They Discorded Gyneco immediately, whereas Discord on Link was kind of just... Or there was Discord on Link pretty much the whole time. So Discording the Reinhardt for constant pressure versus Discording out-of-position players works in the favor of DooDoo Blast in that fight. And, I mean, as you can see, both teams are ready to go again.
Both teams engaging here. Look at the ultimate difference. Don Cheeto already almost at that Graviton Surge. Probably one of the most impactful ultimates in the game. Meanwhile, everyone on Butternuts still trying to build up their ultimates. As Butternuts is going to take a loop around here onto the high ground. Start trying to build up some ultimate charge, keep the distance there as both teams start exchanging here. Drop down is going to come down soon. And here comes a drop, and the engage call is coming in. Both teams fighting here on the point again. Bubble committed here early by Butternuts. Does get Ranslayer. Shatter misses, but that's a huge grab.
That's so big.
Everyone, and a massive cleanup. A huge grab by Don Cheeto.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the trance wasn't ready for the Buttered Nuts. They were super close to the beat, but they weren't able to commit it. The only thing they had to sustain there was Niall's rally, and it just didn't come up. It didn't do what she needed to do. This comp has so much damage. Rally, it's really good. Allows you to keep the tempo. Does not prevent you from dying in grav like that, though.
And Link already 90% for another Shatter. We saw him whiff it, but doesn't even matter when you build Shatters that quickly. All right, and 4 ultimates now for DooDoo Blast, keeping up that ult advantage. Good looking tough here for Butternuts as they drop down. Nobody sees the D.Va. No one sees the D.Va. Please, somebody notice the D.Va. Both teams engaged. Bomb forcing out the... Oh, double shot here by both teams. Both teams changing. Ultimates going down both sides. Now, though, gets down Greasy. They force out the Transcendence. Both teams going back and forth here. A big bomb killing off a couple, and it will be a flip here for Moiety's Buttered Nuts.
Yeah, they still haven't killed Deathshot 007. I imagine that's going to finish up quite quickly, but that was just unfortunate there. It looks like Greasy got caught into Tab Shatter, got discorded, was deleted pretty much immediately in that fight. So without your brig, you're just unlucky. That rally really could have kept them going, especially when the trance was coming online from Moiety. But you know, so just a really good usage of an opportunity on the side of the Buttered Nuts, and looks like we're going again.
Absolutely, high ground taken by DooDoo Blast. Much faster drop down than we saw from Butternuts before. They do have an ultimate bank here to use. Well, with just a Graviton Surge, a very big Graviton, but trades out with the Transcendence, which is not available on the other side. However, no one dies this time in the grab. A huge shatter! A massive shatter! Oh my goodness, Link is just absolutely dominates over Tab right now. And this is a full team wipe off of the back of that huge fatty shatty.
And an even bigger play there was after the grab, Deadshot was just there to boop them out. The entire enemy team was just split. The Butternuts were split. They were unable to get a fight going. And Tab, he's just going to die early.
Tab was trying to contest, and it looks like DooDoo Blast will keep them off the point. And it will be a first map taken here on Busan.
Alright, well, wasn't the closest. Let's be real. You know, it doesn't matter. They're all... Control maps don't get the benefit of the doubt. They have their own overarching name, and then they have 3 other names per map. That every map comes with 4 different names. I'm not gonna knock you for getting that.
So what do you want to see from Butternuts now that we're on a different map here?
I want them to... like I said earlier, the Discords were kind of whack coming out from them. Not whack. It's very normal to kind of just put Discord on the Reinhardt and try and melt him. But what DooDoo was doing so well compared to the Butternuts is they were just discording targets who were super close to them. They weren't like doing a really vanilla approach. They were doing a super adaptable one, and it just worked out for them. They were able to catch people out of position all the time. So that's kind of what I want to see. Also, faster movements. Like you noted on the drop downs, DooDoos were really fast and concise, whereas the Butternuts were kind of slow and they took a lot of time. They burned a lot of time. But yeah.
Both engaging here. Cooldown's being thrown back and forth, but Don Cheadle, Tab just gets melted. He saw the Discord over there and how fast you can kill a Reinhardt there if you get the opportunity. And immediately, D-Mech, though, coming out on both Divas. The advantage here for DooDoo Blast. However, with Link going down, these numbers are even, and it looks like Butternut might be able to turn it. However, with both the Zen down and the Diva now finally gone, the cleanup is here for DooDoo Blast.
I can't believe Richie won that 1v1. Richie got put into a corner by Nile just in a different room. You know, with a goat's brig, and still comes out with the, you know, still wins that fight. I don't think it would have changed the tempo of the fight. It looked like DooDoo had pretty much won at that point. Losing your main tank, that really makes it pretty hard. But that was just pretty darn impressive nonetheless.
DooDoo Blast now just trying to body block the door. Ultimate's being thrown in here. Tab does eventually get melted down, and yes, it will be a quick cleanup, quick fight win here from DooDoo Blast. Oh, on the other hand, though, nothing really lost for Butternuts other than some time.
Yep, I mean, that's that fast engage that we want. You win, you go in fast. If you lose, you're losing fast. That's great. They now have their ult advantage. It's only been 33%. It's been 2 fights. This tempo from Moiety's Butternuts looking a lot better than the last map.
Butternuts now making the low ground rotations and try to take away the high ground. Both teams now engaging on the point. Reinhardt's engaging. Link is so far ahead of his team. Relics exchange back and forth, and there's the grab. But Transcendence immediately matches it as both teams go back and forth. And eventually, Don Cheadle does find Tab. Both teams throw out their bombs. No volley getting off of those. However, Money does invest the barrier, which might be a missed opportunity, especially now that another ultimate gets thrown here as they're down numbers here on Butternuts, definitely trying to take the fight. They did flip the point sometime in that fight, but it does look like DooDoo Blast made the decision just to give out the point in exchange for the fight win. However, they haven't flipped it yet. That's 22% now being gained here for Butternuts off of a fight loss.
Yeah, it's 22%, and they got them to commit ults. DooDoo Blast coming up on 50%. Those ults could have kept them over for the next 50% pretty darn easily. They're going to build them up pretty fast, but it's going to be a lot harder now that they don't have that beat. They don't have that shadow going into the next fight. So their tempo, they're not going to be able to play as fast as they want to, not be able to dictate their terms. But it's not the worst thing in the world. Butternuts, they are still looking pretty dry in regards to their ults, and they're taking a lot of time to get into through the choke here.
Long rotation here from Butternuts, potentially signing some indecision as they go up here onto the high ground. As both Zarya bulbs get used early, Ryan gets stunned, but no volley comes out as both teams start exchanging back and forth. The rally gets thrown in here by DooDoo Blast. DooDoo Blast, though, now building up their ultimates. You see that Diva Bomb coming in. Not able to get any value, though, as they tied it away by Butternuts, and a huge lead by Dinoco. Eats off Don Cheadle's ultimate. That's huge, especially with the rally coming out here. This is the chance here for Butternuts to come back and take this fight win. As Link goes down, the numbers advantage here in the hands of Butternuts, we are seeing just red in the kill feed, as 99% is found, but most likely, unless barring some miracle play, that it will be a point flip here for Butternuts.
Yeah, no miracle plays here. Not a lot of people able to 1v6 in goats or 2v6, anything of the sort. That was just so unfortunate. That was a miracle eat from JNatco. Had a pretty rough start at the beginning of Nepal, getting discorded DMAC'd pretty darn often. Comes up big for his team there. Now you have a free trance.
Both teams, now it is Butternut's turn to hold him at the door. Force the Transcendence, but Ryan's on the other side of the door, and they're able to melt down the Reinhardt. Oh, that's a disaster here for DooDoo Blast. They use their Transcendence and lose their fight anyway. And Butternut is hunting for kills. They want this DMAC. They're going all the way. They are touching spawn. They are able to get the DMAC. Oh, that's a massive DMAC here by Butternuts.
That's huge. They're going to be able to, I mean, North's going to have to jump off the point. That's going to buy them at least 10, 15 more percent. It's going to make it a lot closer than you might assume. That makes it, instead of maybe 2 fights that DooDoo gets, they're pretty much just going to get the 1 here.
It's a really nice play there by the Zarya, whose name I'm not going to bother trying to pronounce.
Just call him Butternut. Just call him Butternut.
Okay,
that is Butternut, yes.
Okay. All right, Diva Bomb, you're thrown in, but finds no value there from John Echo, but is able to make the tap. Both runs exchanging shatters. Ultimates now being thrown. Everyone's just panicking and pressing Q right now. Double layered support ultimates here coming up from Butternuts. They're trying to throw back and forth. Don Cheadle with another grab, but but the beat comes out as well. Both teams just throwing up at each other. Dinoco gets G-Max. Don Cheadle gets the kill.
Oh, touch!
Oh, no.
Oh, they were gonna, I mean, that was so close to winnable. There were 2 dead on the side of Butternuts, and that grab just keeps them off the point. It's that extra grab charge that Butternut was able to get in that chase. He gets 30, 40 extra grab charge just from chasing them back into their spawn, able to come up with that grab at the last second to keep DooDoo off the point. Oh my lord.
Sorry, so what I heard was just spam C9 even if it absolutely wasn't technically a C9.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of skill involved in that C9. It wasn't really an accidental C9, but you can still say it.
Yeah, exactly. If remember, if it doesn't hit overtime, it's a C9. That's just how it works.
What, that meme's old enough to be in kindergarten now? It's still pretty funny sometimes. Still happens in Overwatch.
I mean, I don't think anyone who's even in that match is even playing the game anymore.
I don't think so.
As both teams start exchanging here, high ground immediately taken. You see both teams kind of exchanging back and forth. That Zarya charge also important in Goats. Moiety going for some cheeky boots here, not able to find anything. However, high ground is taken here by the boop. They're forced down, but Moiety gets the boop on Greasy. A huge play there by Moiety. And it looks like this will be Moiety, another boop. Oh, the bloodthirsty Lucio winning the flip over there for Butternuts. And I apologize, I've already almost said G's nuts 4 times.
Wait!
Whoa! Excuse you!
I don't know!
Deadshot punished the greed there from Butternuts. DooDoo Blast, if they can quickly recontest, this might not be as clean a win as Butternuts was hoping for. Trying desperately to get D.Va back in the mech.
I mean, based on spawn position and where they're holding, DooDoo Blast is definitely going to have the numbers advantage for at least a couple seconds. But no,
that's it.
Moiety was one of those who died. Or, no, Moiety went back and taxied, so.
A huge grab there. All six in there, but force those advantage of both going back and forth. Tab gets a pick on a Greasy in that massive pile of bodies. As both teams went back for them, Shatter from Tab hits up 2. But the counter charge here from Link, going for them. Huge Shatter, still getting 2, but not going to get much value off it as Dinoco kills him. As you see, every single member of the team was involved in that Link kill. And it looks like it will be a hold here for Butternuts. A wasted opportunity here for DooDoo Blast, who could have potentially had the numbers advantage. And once again, we see Butternuts going there for that late D.Va D-Mac. Not going to get it, though, and now they're kind of forced to retreat as DooDoo Blast goes back in. As Butternuts going for this aggressive hold. Both teams exchanging their rallies back and forth. Nothing else being used here, of course. However, Link, though, once again, charging in, looking to get some charge, looking to get some space made. The D.Va mech, the D.Va bomb coming in. D.Va gets D-Mech. Oh, and Deadshot dies that somehow. And then the grab comes in. Butternuts are just absolutely throwing their ultimates. They do not want to let DooDoo Blast here onto the point. They do get a fight win off of those ultimates exchanges.
That was a lot of ultimates, though. That was 1, 2, 3, 4 ults. The beat committed pretty late in that fight. Makes sense a little bit, especially when we've been seeing that there have been some last-second kills coming DooDoo's way. But I don't know if that overinvestment is going to be worth it. We'll see, though, as they get into this last fight. DooDoo has to win. DooDoo going for the Shatter, not able to find anything, though. And both teams saying Link gets booped out of position. Sorry, that was Tab and Nile. Forcing out the Transcendence, however, they're down 2. Is Butternuts. Perhaps it was better to hold that. Once again, DooDoo Blast comes back with the vengeance. They are making sure to put a body onto the point here now, so we will see an overtime trigger. As both teams kind of exchange back and forth, Moiety still looking for some cheeky boops, trying to make that fight-winning difference here for his team. However, the point is still being contested here. A great contest here by Butternuts. They're able to kind of keep the point alive, and Moiety kills off Richie. However, but the Shatter comes out to cancel this follow-up on the ground. And Greasy killing on 2. And Moiety, another boop. Moiety has 4 environmental kills on this map, trying to single-handedly carry Butternuts, but eventually, DooDoo Blast is able to hold on and flip the point. All that just to not lose. They don't have Don Cheadle either, and it looks like Butternuts are actually going to be able to get a closer... I mean, they're going to get a closer engage here. I mean, unless DooDoo Blast decide to kite here, which it looks like they are going to do, they're going to be in a disadvantaged fight no matter what. If they don't have their Zarya here, they're going to have a DPS disadvantage. If they have to back up here, they're going to have a DPS disadvantage. But looks like they're taking a super long rotation around that actually lets DooDoo regroup.
I think Butternuts were trying to catch the Zarya out there on the respawn, but unfortunately the Zarya did get put in there by the Lucio. But ultimates here thrown up by DooDoo Blast. Moiety kills up Don Cheadle, and both support ultimates won. Well, and the rally, there was nothing to match it here. DooDoo Blast has no support ultimates. They're dry, tank, goes to the Earth Shatter, but only able to hit 1. And just a massive recontest now coming out here. There's no beef on the point. There's no way to stay alive here for DooDoo Blast as Greasy's getting bullied in the corner. And it's just a Lucio here. desperately trying to contest for DooDoo Blast, but Butternuts is not going to let him touch the point for long. Don Cheadle desperately runs back, is able to recontest. We're on a full-on overtime stall here. However, with a full team here for Butternuts and the Celebration Ultimates, and it will be the first map here going to Moiety's Butternuts.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that was kind of just a lot of boops going on there. That last fight got super chaotic, and it was kind of Moiety's boops that that boop on the Don Cheadle after that rotate was just, that was the winner.
Yep.
That was just the winner. I mean, if you lose your Zarya's like the worst person you can lose in these scenarios. Like, you can still kind of 5v6 in most scenarios as long as you still have your Zarya and maybe like a Discord or something like that. But oh lordy Lou, that was a Moiety difference and a half.
Yeah, Moiety just got so much value on the Lucio there for Moiety's Butternuts. Just getting so many boops. Even the fight that they lost, it almost got single-handedly flipped around by Moiety. And, you know, that's just kind of the nature of mats with pits in them. If you have an aggressive Lucio who goes for those plays.
What's Acorn Squash? Tell us. Provide a Wikipedia link, please. Mods, someone permit? Please. I would like to know.
Wait, I'm that mod.
Wait, mod? Mod, please permit?
Chat, you learned the
I don't know
secret.
how I feel about Mangon linking things in chat.
Chat, you learned the secret of how to get yourself a link. Don't worry, it's fine. Worst comes to worst, you get banned from Twitch.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's...
Listen, I've already done that to people. I'm not afraid to slow people down.
That's fair. Right. It is apparently the Christmas version of King's Row we're playing.
Yeah!
No, just nice little skin change. Not quite sure why, but sure.
So early on in the tournament, people were allowed to run whatever maps they wanted. It didn't matter about the type or anything. This was mostly like the play-in groups and stuff. And what teams were doing is they would run King's Row, and then they would run King's Row Winter, because technically they're two different maps.
Oh.
And King's Row Winter quickly became the favorite among a lot of players.
Clean, not gonna lie. All right, both teams exchanging here. You know, as expected, we're seeing Goat surprise. Both teams immediately engaging back and forth. Ooh, Tab goes down very early, just getting melted down here from the defense from DooDoo Blast. DooDoo Blast immediately mounting a solid defense now, running back in, going for those stagger kills, trying to spawn camp and force out. They do get the kill on the Nile there. That's huge. Resending that Zarya charge. A very quick defensive fight win here for DooDoo Blast.
Yep, that was pretty quick. You just got to win 6 more fights exactly like that if you want to win, DooDoo. It's a pretty good darn start, though. I love watching the Lucios in this because they're just like little aerial units.
Yeah, Deadshot there on top of Mondata, looking for those boots. Basically a Pharah. All right, a rotation through Hotel now coming out for Butternuts, and they are given that space. So now teams kind of switching positions here. And Nile killing off Richie. That's a huge opening frag here.
Huge.
Tab gets stunned out, but they're not able to connect the Shatter from it. And now DooDoo Blast is committing ultimates here to try to go in. Tab going, both Reinhardts get shattered, nothing comes out of it. And with the D.Va going down though, that leaves the range open for the Graviton Surge. Forcing on ultimates here back and forth. This is getting a much messier fight than I think other teams would have wanted. With the offensive respawns coming in here, theoretically this favors DooDoo Blast. However, the grab comes out there, Moiety killing off Greasy. And with killing Don Cheadle, it is possible that the offense is here finally starting to flip it. As Butternuts demech the D.Va, and here's just the late remaining bits of DooDoo Blast. Their first hold is strong, but they give up.
Yeah, a lot of that comes down to the fact that Richie just got caught out in rotation there. Richie was super close to Trance. He would have had the Trance for that grab. That grab from Nile, who's now on the Zarya, instead of Butternut, who has gone over to the Brig, was the, I mean, that was the game winner, or the fight winner for them. So just very unlucky that Richie got caught out there, but it does seem like the fight has begun a little bit differently.
It was a good idea there from Hot Butter Squash to go for that early, like stagger in the spawn camp, but they got punished for it. And now this really strong arch defense can be set up here for DooDoo Blast.
Yeah, I mean, that was a really good fight for DooDoo. It allows them to equalize Don Cheadle's Grav charge with Niles. Gets them pretty much, they're within 4% of each other now, rather than what would have been a lot more.
The high drop down coming out here. And space given by DooDoo Blast. They've decided they don't want to fight at the archway. And a massive shatter there from Link. Able to get downtown before he can stand up again and use his ultimate. However, they are getting the cart slowly through the choke point here. Is Hot Butter Nuts.
Oh my god, did you see how fast the D.Va just flew? I think it got booped or something. That was a little wild. Sorry.
It's all good. No, it's all good, absolutely. And we did see, however, DooDoo Blast was able to turn it. And once again, we're seeing them keep Moiety's Butternuts in spawn here. Butternuts struggling to get out, just trying to construct an offensive strategy, because they're going to go for the high ground drop down once again. However, with the ultimates coming up here, this is going to be a fight with a lot of bodies flying around. Link trying to get split off, but it does get booped and killed. Oh, yeah. That was a huge boop from the break, and immediately a numbers advantage here as for Nuts. And then DooDoo Blast just immediately are just pressing the S key. They know they lost the Reinhardt, they know the fight's lost, they don't want to throw more bodies in.
Yeah, you know, one saving grace here is Moiety's Butternuts. They all kind of ran forward. There wasn't somebody on the cart the entire time. It is going to finally get around that second corner, but DooDoo might actually get a pretty good fight here.
Butternut now using the squash. Using this god. Okay, words are hard today. It's fine. Rich Nook gets kill on his hand. Ultimate team thrown out here back and forth. Both teams are just using all their stay alive support. A Shatter comes in there. However, this is a fight with a numbers disadvantage. But it looks like they don't care. They're going to go in. They're going to throw bodies back and forth. D-back onto the D.Va. And, however, eventually, the regroup being called here, a smart play. Coming up the D.Va, coming up Link. Oh, that is a massive play by Moiety's Butternuts. A really clean, just 5-second reconvene just to get all their bodies back in a row. And then immediately just accelerate forward. Catch DooDoo Blast a little bit off guard, who maybe thought that they were going for a harder retreat, and it will be point 2 here taken by the offense.
Oh, that's going to hurt DooDoo a lot. They use a lot of ults, and then they proceed to lose Nort on the DMAC. He's not able to take up a bunch of that chip damage. The shield just gets broken, and Tab comes in, just slams that bad boy down.
Rally here being popped by DooDoo Blast. They don't want to give up this corner. Oh! Going down, but Moiety, another boop kill. Moiety adding 1 to the total. Just absolutely murdering everyone. That D.Va bomb, though, isn't going to get anything, but Deadshot decides that he needs to killing off the before the ultimates come in. Both teams just throwing bodies and back and forth. The Link going down. It's possible this can still be turned by the offense, and especially with Richie going down, it will be this corner here taken for Moiety's Butternuts.
It's just a war of attrition. I mean, even if the Butternuts lose someone, they stay in the fight long enough, use ults properly in order just to allow their teammates to get back, and then they end up being able to like get a pick or two, and then they're able to turn the fight when their team gets their reinforcements in. It's ridiculous. It's so well done.
Ultimates here immediately being thrown out by both teams back and forth, but Nile dives to the D.Va bomb. Oh, that's so unfortunate. That's your main force of damage. We talk about how important Zarya is. As both teams engage, now desperately, now DooDoo Blast trying to go for a last stand of sorts. Well, all the ultimates now are coming off, though. Oh, and a massive grab shatter combo. And they're just going to clean up off of the back of their tank ults. A lot of investment, so you better hope they win the fight, which they do. Heh, DooDoo Blast. Heh, definitely intentional.
Now DooDoo, you get to breathe a little bit. You get to breathe finally. It's been non-stop fighting the past 3 minutes. You've been getting kind of rolled at times. And now you actually get to breathe. It's only for about 20 seconds, but that's really good for the mental sometimes, man.
And no ult here for the Nuts. So they are going to come in here for a drive late, probably try to fight this fast. Rally forced out from DooDoo Blast, so already at advantage here, and we are immediately seeing them just regroup again around the corner, accepting that they can wait out that rally, get your armor off the team. D.Va bomb coming in from Janaiko, and kills 2! Are you kidding me? Kills both the shield players on the team. That's incredible value off the D.Va bomb. And immediately Janaiko dives into the back line, wanting to hunt down more kills. That's the kind of D.Va play that wins games. And just disaster for DooDoo Blast. They're going to have to respawn. Last minute contest off of the back of that one ultimate. And still grab coming out here, but immediately countered by the Transcendence. DooDoo Blast desperately trying to hold on. Desperately trying to get this fight at least down to a minute. A massive on it. I didn't notice the sweep, but that's a huge nade. That's a massive nade, but it is not enough as just this ceaseless aggression coming in here from Moiety's Butternuts. Just last desperation touch, and they are able to cap the point.
So, alright. I got 3 things I want to talk about.
Go ahead.
1, DooDoo, with their last second struggles, they were able to get it down to 55 seconds. That means if they cap, guaranteed overtime.
Yeah.
Where they can win. So, that's huge for them. Second, I need Nort and Link to stop stacking, or not Nort and Link, Dawn and Link, to stop stacking these grabs and these shatters. I just don't know how much it does for you. Yeah, the disruption is good and it lets you I just don't know. I don't know how good it is to stack those ults together. I could be totally wrong. I haven't been scrimming. But I'm pretty sure it's not how you always do it. Just a heads up, I know that Dawn Cheadle is not the Zarya that Link has been playing with. That has been Bun Bun this entire tournament, so you know the coordination might not be there entirely, but that is kind of how it's been. And yes, that diva play coming out of Jaineko was huge, or Jaineko. It was huge. Chat, feel free to correct me. I don't know how to say the name. Jaineko. The hero there was Tab. Tab. Right. I mean, Link was not looking. Gets charged there. Just gets charged. His shield's not able to do anything with the bomb. They just need to be more careful. They need to be ult tracking that bomb because they're going to get hit by that multiple times, I feel like, if they're just not paying attention.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of hero plays here from Jaineko. Divas, the character in Gold that's much less, much less necessarily the big flashy plays, but when you make things like that, Divas can get really clean. And we're seeing a hide threat here coming out from the nuts. While meanwhile, a high ground here, choosing to not go through the spawn here. So interesting rotations from both teams. Oh my goodness! And now the chase is on.
The chase is on.
Wait,
the Zen! The Zen's alone!
Oh my goodness! The mini play and Mercy punished. Get straight up back and forth, but immediately this is going to favor the offense as both teams start throwing back and forth. This is just such a chaotic fight here. Both teams counter-shrouding the others, as now just the kind of resulting in normal position that you fight on control, but Don Cheeto with the kill here.
Richie's coming back on Ana.
Massive for DooDoo Blast. Both teams coming back and fight. Richie on Ana again.
Richie's gonna be behind him. He can get a fat nade here. I mean, this just might mess everything up if he gets it.
Yeah, I don't even know if they even need it. They're already just...
They don't even need it.
Yeah, the Ana's there. I like the Ana swap, but they don't even need the Ana. They're just able to just win the fight off the back of their rotations. It was an interesting play. I'm not sure if that's something they've done and they got scouted on, or if it was a last minute play. Oh no, Link misses the charge. The nade comes in though. They're able to save Link, potentially, and they're able to kill off the Brigitte. Oh, this DooDoo Blast is turning into actually a meaningful stagger here. They might be able to get the cart through the choke point that we talked about earlier. And the shatter coming out here.
Ah, it was ambitious.
Tab just kind of throwing it in there, and this is just disaster now for the Nuts, as DooDoo Blast is going to clean this up. They're going to get a stagger kill on a couple of important members. And DooDoo Blast is going to immediately go for that aggressive hold here at the end of point B. Just one person pushing the cart, which makes sense, but does mean that there's probably a chance here for Moiety's Nuts to come back, recontest, regroup. And another cheeky little sleep there from Richie on the Ana. But look at the ultimates here. DooDoo Blast, they almost have all 6. They should win this fight off the back of those ultimates. Valley thrown in there immediately. Oh, but Jaineko, another eat on top. Cheeto's grab. And Gracie going down. Oh, this is disaster for DooDoo Blast. You have the ult advantage. You use 3 of your ultimates and you're getting nothing from it. What a turnaround play. Once again, coming off of the back of Jaineko.
That's just so unfortunate. Chat has let us know it is Jaineko.
Jaineko. All right.
So Nico, like the French Overwatch League player. Yes, yes,
Noted.
yes.
Noted. All right. And yeah, and speaking of ult advantage, we see how, we see how fast now the ults are turned around here, with the advantage now very much in the favor of the Nuts. And DooDoo Blast, we saw them. They are fast charging ultimates, but that's a fight you have to win if you're DooDoo Blast. Both teams re-aggressing now. DooDoo Blast is good at going in different angles. Link drops down though, is exposed. A massive grab coming out, forcing out the beat here though. And just a super messy fight. Another big grab, big nade coming in. Both teams throwing the grabs, nothing coming out here. Just exchanging back and forth. Support ultimates getting thrown in here. Just throwing everything up, get the sink late now. Jaineko going for another cheeky graviton or bomb. Tab though killing off 2, and it is once again a pretty clean fight win for the Nuts.
Yeah, the Ana's cool and everything. It's just, oh, Nort, that's so unlucky. There's nowhere for Nort to jump. They're just gonna have to either swap and get their mech back, or int into the team. But I just don't know if that's possible. Looks like they're gonna stay alive and try and get this mech back. But I mean, you have no Zen.
Look at that wrap around. Oh wow! Look at it's something we're seeing here from the Nuts. They're going on different angles. DooDoo Blast doesn't know where to expect the team to come from, and they're getting caught out here by whoever the shot caller is on the Nuts is doing a great job of getting value from all the rotation that they're making. And Richie hits him with the lull. That
was a lull. They got styled on. That was a wild call. That was from a top rope. That was a top rope shatter. I mean, and if you're DooDoo, you have to clear this, right? You can't just send one diva up there. Maybe if they respond that way. It looks like the Butternuts kind of took the bait there.
We're seeing another interesting swap here, and DooDoo Blast is able to now kind of put bodies on the point. We're seeing again that switch of positions. The diva one coming out here. The grab bomb comes out. Immediately kill off 2 here. So this should be an easy fight win for DooDoo Blast. However, don't want to comment them out yet. But the nade coming out here should clean up the rest of the team as they're just now called to be made on Dying Point. 3 aggressive. Niall gets a late kill on a Greasy. Niall's still staying alive, but that might turn out into a bigger stagger as they're eventually able to get that Zarya down, and the cart once again moves in favor of DooDoo Blast.
So when you're DooDoo Blast, there's 2 things you worry about when you're not running the Zen and or not running the Ana. You no longer have the Discord, and then you no longer have 2 defensive ults for when the Grav comes up. So they're just gonna have to hope to out-sustain this, or hope that Niall pops a bad Grav. Both the Zarya players for the Butternuts have not been bad with their Gravitons, so that's not something you can really hope on. Or you have to hope Nort like eats it, or something like that.
Last minute contest immediately. We are seeing some fat nades coming out here. As both teams throw their ults in back and forth. Tab goes down. Before the ults aren't able to sustain him enough, and that's a huge team potential win here for DooDoo Blast, as also the Nuts have to be mindful of the point. There's only 2 meters left on it. However, the Nuts are able to turn it around, even losing that Reinhardt. Just that burst damage from the Zen is so hard to deal with when you don't have the ultimates. And Richie though, killing off Moiety. Not sure if that's actually worth though, as they're able to stagger out the Ana, and considering where the spawns are, that's a later spawn for the Ana. And we are crushing on 1 minute. This is do or die time now for DooDoo Blast, who are now fighting with 4. Oh no, DooDoo, you have to regroup for this. This is just such a messy fight back and forth. DooDoo Blast, though, they have the ult advantage. This is their chance to potentially win. But a huge shadow forcing out the beat back and forth. The grab comes out. Grab bomb attempt here made once again. But Tag does get the shield up in time, forcing out the shatter. Both teams just throwing ultimates here back and forth. The grab comes out, hits 3. Both teams just deathly throwing their ultimates in the bottom point. Oh, but another shatter from Tap, but he's died. But China's kills up too. Back and forth. Oh, this is and D-Meko. That is a huge shatter bomb combo. Once again, when they need it most, Chineko and Tab coming up huge. It's on Shield time now. This is disaster for DooDoo Blast. They're going to get held on point B on King's Row.
That bomb and shatter were just perfect. I mean, the Butternuts, they just stay in the fight as long as they possibly can until they get those ults, and they just get the perfect opportunity. They wait for the grab, they break Link's shield through the grab, so when the shatter comes in, there's nothing for it. They're all on the ground. They can't do anything about the bomb. They can't move, and it kills 2. It killed 2. That was such a good fight, and Link's dead.
Link goes down because they had to split off. They had to split off to Lucio to go contest the point, and the Nuts easily just took the point there. Tab just holding down Mouse 1, just killing everyone here. This is just a last-minute desperation fight here that is not being allowed here by the Nuts. It's just Nort. They're desperately trying to keep the overtime alive, and it's not going to happen here. DooDoo Blast is going to go down 0-2 to the Butternuts.
Victory.
Yeah, that was wild. That second to last fight was a lot. That was awesome.
I don't think DooDoo expected Tab to have his shatter again back as quick as he did, because he did build up he built up that shatter into that fight, and then that was the winning play here, as we're seeing a break play of the game.
Yeah.
The fairest and best and everyone's favorite character in this game. We are able to see a cheeky double bomb kill that didn't really matter there, and yeah, that was so chaotic. That's kind of what Goat's game can kind of turn into, of this just mashing of bodies and ultimates just throwing at each other.
Wow, how sick. All right. You just don't get to watch good ult fights like that very often anymore, because ults are just so different now. So watching kind of flowchart Overwatch, always, without things just dying in half a second, pretty dang cool to watch, man. Very MOBA-like, very enjoyable. What was it? You said it was Dota, but faster? Yeah, I tend to agree with that statement. I think it's correct. It was very enjoyable. I told you, man, both these teams, they're pretty good. They'll at least give us a good product.
Yeah. Yeah, and I was really impressed with Mooney's Butternuts and how they kept giving different looks to DooDoo Blast. Like, obviously it didn't work out for them at that point A on King's Row, where they ended up having to chase because they were trying to hide in the statue. But on the other hand, they still made that call. They, rather than give the high ground, to then just run behind them and then take that high ground advantage. Moieties are really challenging DooDoo Blast to react, and reacting is usually the disadvantage if you don't do it well. If you force teams to react, you force teams to make mistakes, and that's what we're kind of seeing. DooDoo Blast getting caught out, using too many ultimates, maybe just one person in a position. Those are the kind of mistakes that Moieties is trying to make, and they're capitalizing on.
Absolutely.
So, I believe this is a best of 5, right? Or is it best of 7?
I just asked Don. I think it might. I don't know if we're doing best of or first 2. We do have a bio break going on, so he'll get back to me in a moment. It is his tournament, so his rules. We'll find out momentarily. If he wanted to make up a random rule to disqualify the buttered nuts 1 second before they win, he technically could. That's how much control he has over this tournament.
If your Lucio gets too many kills, you get disqualified.
Yeah.
Jaineko, I was saying earlier how like divas often kind of are the unsung heroes of goats, just because they're, their job is a lot less noticeable in theory, but Jaineko,
they do a lot of the dirty work.
Jaineko is making like some huge plays, getting those diva bombs, getting those eats. Now, admittedly, I haven't been watching Zarya's that closely, so I don't know how many of the eats were plays and how many were just, mistakes. But still, though, you could not ask for more from your Zarya than to just win fights on their own. Sorry, from your diva to just win fights on their own.
Boom, boom, boom. Nah, we take no breaks here.
Yeah, no breaks.
Mr. Muted Man.
Yeah.
Who chat can't hear. Chat, I'm talking to someone, I promise. I'm talking to our producer right now.
Our producer who had the audacity to think we would need a break after, casting 2 exciting matches just because the teams need a break. Casters don't need no breaks.
Yeah, here in America, we can go 6 hours without taking a break.
Whoa.
So it sucks for you. I'm not in America.
I was gonna say.
Where are you? Are you in Canada?
Yeah.
What the heck?
Yeah. Canada.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Well, the better question is, Maddie, how much water do you have on you right now?
I honestly, I haven't been drinking. I'm switching to water. I was drinking an iced tea before because I also need the caffeine for the energy. They're switching to water now, but yeah. It's, I don't need though water. What I just need is some good, exciting, clean Overwatch. Out there in the last fight. Yeah. Do you want to expand more on the
inject it right into my what?
Now that you have kind of time, we're not in the middle of fight. Do you want to kind of explain the Ana Zen difference?
Yeah. So big difference between the Ana and the Zen. Huge differences. A lot of them come down to countering Grav and Discord. So chat, the Discord, this comp does a lot of damage. It does a lot of damage. I know earlier I said things don't die very quickly. That's also because this comp has a lot of sustain. But if you can discord a single target, it's insane how much damage everyone can do to that one target. So when you pick the Ana, you lose that. You lose that in hope that you can use your Ana nades to block off resources from the enemy team that like Discord doesn't necessarily block off. So you use Discord and you take resources out of them. You use Ana nade and they can't use their resources. So there's a big difference between those. One mitigates, or one instigates a lot of damage. The other one mitigates healing. So I think for the most part, you kind of want the Discord because it just does so much damage in a comp that does so much damage already. It allows their sustain to get more value unless you're hitting nades all the time. And we saw that Richie just wasn't hitting the huge nades that really kind of justify picking an Ana.
Mm-hmm.
There were a couple cheeky plays like the sleep on the brig that allowed them to get that big stagger going. But I mean, yeah, you kind of just want that Discord for longer sustained fights so that you can counteract their sustain and do more damage and take them out. Also, you don't have trance for Grav is the other thing. That's kind of like the more big macro issue there is you don't have the trance for the Grav. You don't have the sustain when fights get nitty gritty. You have to win your fights super quick, which goes back to hitting the nades versus having the Discord. You have to hit your nades and follow up on them pretty much immediately. Hope that their Zarya doesn't cleanse the nade, or else you're just going to lose the fight because you have no damage and they have better sustain. So that's the biggest difference there is I think the Zen's better. There's a reason that the Zen is what the final iteration of GOATS evolved to, and it's just because Discord was by and large considered to be better than nade as a win condition, or as
And we did see a couple. Richie hit a couple nades, but a lot of those nades were, it is a combo with nade and grab, right? Where you can, there's that like next level of like, oh, you counter the trans on the grab by throwing the nade into the grab. And we did see that, but yeah, I definitely agree with you that like overall though the Ana you sacrifice. The other thing too that must be mentioned, I mean, didn't happen to her as much, but the Ana's resources can be blocked, right? We're seeing Jaineko getting so much value on the diva. Ana has to navigate her healing and her damage through a massive bodies and shields, whereas the Zen, can just Discord is free. Like, yeah, I mean, you have the bubble, but like, yeah, as you said, there's a lot of differences. And while I like that DooDoo Blast tried to change something, because they were recognizing that they were losing the flat out mirror. I'm just not sure if that. I don't know if that change had to be a support thing. I think it's much more a decision-making changes that have to come.
Yep. And yeah, like I said, I like that they're throwing different looks. It is interesting, to say the least, even if it's not entirely optimal. If your win conditions aren't working, change your win condition. That's not always a bad strategy. So it says, the chat says, casters shout out Mangon. Okay, shout out Mangon. Casters make Mangon the star of the show challenge. No. Casters shout out Mangon, but mispronounce the hell out of it. Mangoni. Mangoni. Girl here.
Mijonai?
Yeah, Mango Jai.
I don't know.
Any
I
press
think
is good press.
man
own.
Menu. Manje.
Maforngong 3.
Manje. Yeah. Don't worry, I can't mess up his name more than just calling a rally a squash. So
Very popular for goats. Back in the day, some of the most iconic goats matches happened on this map. Some of the most iconic GOATS series ended on this map.
Yeah, it's just a lot of corners, a lot of places to play around. Another place that, as we said, benefits Lucio, Zero aggressive, and teams who have good strats, which I assume, both of which I would, from what we've seen so far, would define the nuts as. So we'll see. As apparently Blue disconnected, so I'm just going to be solo casting, so don't mind me, chat, as I'm just going to be screaming into the void. And it just this also feels a great time to remind people that we were talking about how great Discord Orb is. Discord Orb used to actually have a higher damage debuff than it does on this patch. So for those OG Overwatch players like me, who's bad but has been bad since Season 1, this is Discord Orb after what was technically a nerf from what it used to be. Welcome back, Blue.
Hey, thanks. I just had to go tell the DooDoo boys they're pissing me off because I want them to win.
Gotcha.
Yes.
No caster bias whatsoever.
No, I am incredibly biased. I just won't be during the match. There we go.
If anything, knowing them well means that you're going to be more critical on them, right?
Yeah, that's why I didn't go in and tell them that they're doing great. So this is match point, by the way.
Oh, it is. Okay.
This is match point, so this could be the very final map if the Buttered Nuts win. They have a few more role changes. It looks like no more tab on the Reinhardt.
And we are seeing Richie once again on the Ana. And it's interesting here that the Nuts have been changing up who plays what role each time.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's a flex or if there's strategic reasons. But
they have done that the whole tourney.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Oh, and immediately we're seeing the Reinhardt difference here as the Rein just gets absolutely staggered and a very quick, like, looking a lot more chaotic here from the Nuts than it did on their previous maps. As DooDoo Blast is kind of having a strong hold right now. And it must be said, much easier to hit those on nades when you have the massive high grounds here on Rialto A, and we're seeing Richie taking advantage.
Yeah, this is one of those points where as much as I just talked about how much I don't really like the Ana, this is one of those points to dedicate your team to clearing the high ground.
Oh, the chat goes back and forth. Link gets dropped down. However, and the charge kill onto here on Greasy's. Both teams start engaging. Ultimate being thrown here though by Nori. But Deadshot going down. No one is dealing with the Reinhardt just running into them. Link eventually gets the kill, but at what cost? We're just seeing, once again, the go button gets hit by the Nuts, and when they say go, they go.
Yeah, they also kind of booped Nort out and didn't get the DMAC. The Brig used the whip shot and kind of pushed him out, so he's actually going to be able to like get back in and contest if they really want to.
There's a big nade. They hit 4, and the grab immediately comes in there. You're not going to get as much value off the trans when people are grabbing. Immediately are seeing the break go down. The rest of the team is kept up here though, and now the ultimate's being thrown here back and forth. They're contesting for the point. That's a big shatter here coming out there, and immediately the ults get used back and forth as everyone's now just matching Q. Definitely trying to push or hold point A here. Back and forth they go, and eventually it does look like the damage is favoring DooDoo Blast. However, with Janeko in the backline playing off of Lucio, but I'm not sure if that was an intentional stagger or forced out. But with that and Moiety going down, it will be a last desperation hold here for DooDoo Blast.
So I don't know.
Cusp of point B.
I don't know if the stream caught it, but Janeko tried to throw the bomb like through, like either over the top or through the little perches or the little openings, and it just got stuck. It got stuck and wasn't able to.
Okay, I'm not sure what's happened there. Link went for an ambitious shatter, and then the Ryan fell off. So
it'd be like that sometimes.
We were deciding what clean Overwatch. Sometimes things happen. You know, not going to say it's because of the Reinhardt change, but, you know, we build storylines here.
I don't think Tab would have fallen off the map.
Yeah. All right.
Personally. Yeah.
So both teams engaging here. Last minute fight. Only no ultimates here coming in here for the Nuts. You're going to have to hope that now can build up quick. Immediately the Diva Bomb gets running. Look how staggered the Nuts are right now. There's 2 teams of 3. That's not how you win this match. And immediately 2 of them go down from that grab. Just they don't even need to be split by the team. That was just a split by unforced error. You know, maybe they were hoping for a clean fight, but Jaineko now getting getting bullied here, late stagger, and it's desperation time here as the DooDoo Blast only has rally. Oh, sorry, that's wrong team. DooDoo Blast has their grab. They have their ultimates here. They can potentially win this. We talked about how
they have the
counter. Oh, but once again, a huge nade getting up.
It's a nade!
And Cheeto immediately takes advantage of it. The grab back and forth. Oh, and a big shot here. Moiety is able to touch the point, but I'm not sure if that's going to be enough. DooDoo Blast, because there's another nade. I'm not sure where any of these ultimates are going here, and this is just a stone cold point A hold here. Coming from DooDoo Blast, Jaineko is able to free overtime. All right, it's not over yet. Both teams now going back and forth. The Diva does get dealt with.
They can't touch.
But with Don Cheeto, they're on the open. This could potentially.
Wait, Moiety can?
But no, can they make it? No, they can't. And the grab just to guarantee it. We were just complimenting the Nuts on how clean their teamwork looked, but they looked like a different team there.
100%. Yeah, and that actually looked super winnable for them. They had the ults to win, especially the Grav. But when your Ryan gets naded there and then dies, you lose all your cleave for the Grav. That's so much damage that just goes throughout the Grav. And with how strong Reinhardt is in this comp, it just does so much damage, builds up Shatter really quickly. So you just lose all your cleave, you lose all that supplementary damage. Suddenly not having a trance doesn't feel so bad if you're DooDoo Blast. So... you know, you hope you can do that in every fight, right? You know, just anti the Rhine forehead. Just kill the Rhine forehead before they use grab forehead. And that's kind of what won due to the fight. We were talking about, you know, of course, we dedicate a whole, like, 2.5 minutes to talking about the Zen v Ana difference. And the Ana actually comes in pretty clutch.
Yeah, and, you know, I was about to say, it's tending, you know, it's making your analysis, you know, kind of really tie in there. And... you know, if you're going to go for the Ana, you know, it's on the Ana to get value, and we definitely saw it here. Now, both teams are going to go here. You know, it was a full point A-hold, but they basically took it all away. It's very much still winnable here for the Nuts. They're certainly in a bind here, but looks like they're going to go for the aggressive spawn camp here. I understand it.
Why not?
Trying to get time. You know, you get a fight here. It could go well. But they seem somewhat thrown out here by DooDoo Blast as they mainly go on the high ground. We see the nade hit. Both teams go down a hero charge here coming out. But they're not able to get them off the edge. Oh, that's so unlucky for Link. But Link eventually does get the boop off the charge onto I think that's Butternut.
That is Butternut, yeah.
And with the spawn advantage as it is, this could turn into a win here for DooDoo Blast. However, we're seeing the advantage of that spawn camp. The Nuts are able to just kind of turn around this corner and still have a reasonable defensive point here, while DooDoo Blast is trying to get the cart going. There will be a corner hold here, as immediately the high ground gets taken by the Diva. Teams throwing out here. Oh, but another retreat here for the Nuts, as they're giving up a lot of ground. However, they're fighting now inside the building here. Both teams just in the course order. But a massive shatter from Nuts here, just trying to take the fight and contest, and they are able to win off the back of that fatty shatty there.
Yeah, that was pretty big. A lot of that fight, it looks like Link was super low. Wait,
it's Butternut. What? It looks like Butternut was trying to stagger the Lucio and then got again punished by Link. Which
Link has
again,
shattered.
you know, going for staggers is good, but yeah, Link has shattered. There's no Reinhardt. Your spawn here is pretty long, especially because that was like right at spawn. It was the Lucio who comes back fast. This is a fight advantage for DooDoo Blast. They need to take it, and they're going for a long wrap, which I understand why, but on the other hand, they're giving the Reinhardt time to come back. This will be a 6-on-6 fight. They lost their numbers advantage. Rally gets started here by the Nuts. As high ground is taken, high ground always a big deal, and with so many ultimates up here, DooDoo Blast is trying to set up their win. Their win con is just the end of the point here, and they're just going to wait at the rally. A lot of patience.
Oh, they boop Link! They have to drop
a big boop, but a massive shatter hits 3. Forcing out the grab, dead shot, killing off the Reinhardt, and the nade king here went alive. You see the nano boosted Reinhardt here. The ultimates here coming up for DooDoo Blast. Trying to train numbers back and forth, though, is the Nuts. And they're not getting up to the point without a fight. They're retreating. The Diva Bomb comes in out of nowhere, but not able to get anywhere. And meanwhile, just Look at all the blue in the kill feed. This is going to be DooDoo Blast going for a massive advantage here, and it's going to be last fight territory. You know, Butternut gets a kill here, but you see how aggressive Link is going. They want to stuff Butternuts. They don't even want to give them the chance to get the fight. The grab comes out to keep them off the point. Are they even going to be able to touch? The nade comes in, but no follow-up. But the D.Va is able to get in there. Link goes to the Shatter. And Ultimate's now being thrown back and forth. They were able to get a contest, though. This is potentially winnable. Both the now going down. The Shatter gets closer, but it gets blocked here. And this is looking disastrous for the Nuts. Well, DooDoo Blast is just running in here. Just as the board's desperately trying to touch the point here, but they're running out of bodies, running out of people who can touch the point, and Moiety going down. This will be a map victory. Denying the sweep is DooDoo Blast.
Yeah!
Blue started yelling and then ran out of our chat. So yeah, and Greasy says they did it for Blue. So Blue proving to hard carry, 7th teammate for DooDoo Blast. And yeah, we just saw, we saw a clean fight here. DooDoo Blast looking very different, much more practiced, much more patient. We saw that patience pull off for them as they were able to they knew their win con. They just had to take point A. They built up 6 ultimates and won with it. And yeah, we have ourselves a series. Reverse sweep people arrive. It'll be interesting to see how Moiety's Butternuts bounce back. They haven't been on the back foot much this match. But it's now their chance to regroup, to learn from their mistakes. We're going on 2CP, which we could be in for a 9-8 slog. We could be in for a 0-0 draw. 2CP, everyone's favorite map. Blue, I take it you're back from celebrating?
Yeah, I was just talking. That was dirty. I think
back on the Reinhardt, and
yes,
interestingly, Butternut's now on the Zen. So
yep, Moiety over to Brig jail. So I do think it is a sharing of Brig jail.
Yeah, basically, I think Jineko always plays D.Va, and Moiety always plays Lucio, and the other 4 just kind of
move around a little bit.
Yeah, as they see fit. Which, fair. I mean, Ryan and Brig are basically the same character, right? So.
Well, yeah, one's just big Ryan, one's small Ryan. That's all.
Right?
One's big Brig, one's small Brig.
What other difference is there?
Healing.
All right. Yeah.
Viability.
So, we again see Richie on the Ana. We've talked about in depth. Immediately, a fast rotate here coming in, being taken by the Nuts. They're going up onto the high ground. The classic Volskaya play. They're being
Dawn's not there quite yet.
Does get the rotation up. Everyone is up there. There's going to be a tiny room. Dawn is not there, but in the meantime, he's going to use name. And the drop down is understandable, but they give up that high ground now. And a huge surround here coming up from DooDoo Blast. However, they're on the point now. Is the Nuts. And so DooDoo Blast has to decide how much they're willing to give. The drop down comes in, but Link goes down. Link dropped down for the rest of the team. And Tab just pins Deadshot off the map. This is massive, especially with the spawn advantage.
What is happening?
There's a huge cleanup here. And it looks like the Butternuts are able to just get a very quick point and take.
That was dirty. I think Deadshot must have been booped by the Rhine or something, and it just not showed up. That was a little wild. One might have to stay. Yeah. And the big thing is, Don Cheadle didn't get a lot of grav charge there. He's definitely going to get lapped there. So there's going to be a first grav out for the Butternuts, and I mean, they could clean this up really, really quick.
Yeah, almost 6 minutes in the time bank. That's the kind of thing you love to see when you're attacking team. And they're going for the high ground rotation that should have been spotted. So
I think
it was spotted. We're seeing the rotation here. Again, we're talking about the different angles being thrown in here by the Nuts, but with the sleeping D.Va, they shouldn't be going in here. Jineko does get out, but that's all the cooldowns down. And the nade is forcing out. They force out the trans because of the nade, and the rally and the trans get thrown in together. Just every support ult getting thrown in here, but it's DooDoo Blast showing up in the kill feed as Link goes down, but spawn advantage. This is Volskaya B. This is where dreams and pushes go to die. A huge shatter though coming up from Tab, immediately getting up too, turning the tides back around. Both teams are just disaster chaos on the point. And no,
Thank you, almost has beat.
It's potential. This is a snowball. I'm not quite sure how they've done it, but the Nuts have taken point B, and now they just have to hold off the respawners to come in here. As I said, it's Volskaya B. It's one of the hardest points pushed in the game, but they have 5 people on here, and with very little, they're probably waiting for the beat, but they have to go in before it comes in. Ryan straight up back and forth. A huge grab, getting 5, but the immortality, Transcendence comes out. Ultimate's being thrown here back and forth. The Shatter just getting 1. The teams are just throwing their ultimate.
Oh, that's a pick.
Eventually, Moiety goes down. That's all you need. This is point B. A Shatter comes down here, but they're not able to get the kill on the breaking time. And Tab's down for it. And we are seeing the power of the spawn advantage. This was messy, it was chaotic, it was everything you expect from GOATs. But at the end of the day, DooDoo Blast, they bent but didn't break.
And shout out to Richie in that scenario. I mean, comes back on the Moira. Moira, not a glorious hero whatsoever, realizes his team needs extreme sustain over a short period of time, and that's exactly what he gets. You see these 81% up to the Coalescence, was only in the fight for like 20 seconds, maybe. Just built up so much ult there for himself, and I mean, just such a selfless change there.
And Richie did, that fight was started off the back of Richie forcing out the Transcendence, which was made, so Richie getting the value we asked him to. Nort tries to eat but doesn't get it, and we're seeing the lack of the Zenyatta here. But oh, 3 ultimates get thrown here. This has to be a team wipe.
It's too many. It's too many.
It's one of those things where if you're gonna press Q with 4 of your characters, you better win that fight, and they do. And we will see Richie swap back, so it's functionally 3 ults, but you're right. That is still, you yelled at DooDoo Blast to stop grab shattering, and we saw another grab shatter.
And I'm not too worried about it, right? Because it's 1 tick. You can't lose a single tick. But I felt like they had that situation under control for the most part. Richie over to the Zen. It's not the worst thing in the world because the Butternuts did commit 3 ults to that fight. It is GOATs. These ults build up. These ults build up very quickly. I'm not feeling too horrible, but still, you wish you had some of those back.
Some squash to the theme of the evening, apparently. As yeah, a high ground again. It's one thing. Oh, that's a very cute, cheeky little high ground move there. But the break gets separated, and Nord, a great play.
So good.
Separating the break, and this goes from very clean to very messy. Oh, but Janeko! Another 2K off of the Diva Bomb. I'm not sure if that's going to be enough, but that's, again, those kind of plays we're seeing from Janeko that can make a difference. They only need 1 tick, and Janeko is not done.
Too many picks.
Janeko is trying to single-handedly win this fight, while DooDoo Blast is killing all the rest of them. Janeko trying desperately to do the hard carry on
But both these divas are playing so well.
And we saw it, we caught it up there. It was a cheeky rotate, but you lost, the Brig got stuck out. They didn't make it, and you know, that's the issue for these set plays. If the set plays don't work, they're kind of disastrous.
You see Denki sitting up there? You see Deadshot sitting up there to deny the rotate this time? They're not going to even go for it.
And we're seeing a switch here. They're going to try to engage with the Coalescence, which is aggressive with the grab here. Grab bomb coming out here. Ultimates here thrown out by both teams. Eventually you get to DMEC. The shatter comes out, but doesn't look like he didn't get any value. But ultimates now are dry here for Nuts. They decided they wanted to come in, but it's not necessarily going to turn out as they're trading, which favors the defense. Now though, killing off 2. Nuts starting to turn this fight around. They could potentially get it. They don't need the whole tick point. They just need 1 tick. And Tab with that kill. Deadshot desperately trying to contest the point. And we're seeing Nort Logic. The
Wait,
baby
Tab
Diva,
huge.
That is a huge kill. And the baby Diva's still alive. How is the baby Diva still alive? And Link gets a shatter. Oh my goodness, that's 3 kills on the side of Nuts. And the Diva rebacks. Oh, this is a disaster. DooDoo Blast is going to be able to hold this, even with Link going down. With the rally coming out here, that's enough sustain for DooDoo Blast. And you commit. And it's so much if you're the Nuts, and you got nothing out of it.
So, it looks like they're gonna maybe commit again. I can't exactly tell what's going on here. Don Cheadle is surging up in the graph charge, though. That's kind of what I was going to analyze, was saying was going to kind of be in favor of the Butternuts, but they actually get here, they poke a little bit, and it actually goes in favor of Don Cheadle and DooDoo Blast. I mean, they're going to have the graph first, most likely. They're going to have Trance on the side of the Butternuts, but we'll see if that's enough.
We're again seeing that ult difference with the Trance there. However, Moira's Coalescence builds up really fast. And
so fast.
if they get this done, dump this outside of the Nuts. See right now, so many particle effects, your computers are going to start chugging. Bomb, not going to any back. Link going down. This could potentially be the end of the Nuts. Now DooDoo Blast are desperately trying to go to overtime. Huge grab there. So, and they still have bodies on the point. This is possible. This is Volskaya B. But the Lucio going down, this looks like it will be the Nuts eventually winning this fight in overtime. Wow. A 6. That said, though, to hold your team from 6 minutes for an overtime cap, that's huge for DooDoo Blast.
I mean, that, after the first fight, really, it should have been a snowball.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly what got the turnaround going besides the Moira sustain for DooDoo Blast in that fight, but I mean, that was just such a good hold. I mean, losing a fight the way they did would have been super demoralizing. Your Ryan gets booped, your Lucio gets booped by the Reinhardt off, like two players go off the map that really shouldn't have.
Yep.
And that's so demoralizing. And then to have to hold for 6 minutes, it truly is an arduous task. And I mean, on match point, especially. I mean, they started the series 2-0, and then they just held for 6 minutes. If that's not mental fortitude, I don't know what is. I know if I was still on that team, we'd have been in Boomville 3 maps ago.
Absolutely.
But that was, you know, just like bias aside, that was just a really good hold. But
it was.
Butternuts, they were able to hang in there. I was worried about them poking and allowing Don Cheadle to get his grav a little bit earlier, but you know, really good trans building coming out from Butternut, just doing a very nice job with that, and the trans was kind of able to help them sustain through that in a way that Moira's Coalescence can't. Yeah. You saw it. I mean, Nort got demeched amid the Moira Coalescence. There's just not a lot you can do defensively. It's more of kind of a let's just go button, and not a oh wait, let's go back button like trans is.
And we are seeing that like the Nuts are using their trans a lot because they're getting a lot of trans. And that's, you know, that's kind of, you know, Zen's, you know, trans is a good ultimate, turns out. And we are seeing the high ground hold here. A very different defensive setup for the Nuts than we saw from DooDoo Blast. However, DooDoo Blast is also going to take the high ground. We're seeing that rotation here coming up from the Nuts, but DooDoo Blast is going to get there a little faster than the Nuts did before, and so they're able to fight here a lot more. And the Ryan being looped down is huge. Oh, and look at that nade! Oh my goodness, this is a disaster for the Nuts as they immediately lose their Diva off the back of all these staggers. But DooDoo Blast now is separated, and Tab the pick on Lucio. What happened, DooDoo Blast?
Tab just sniped him.
DooDoo Blast was so together, but Greasy killing off Moiety. It's possible DooDoo Blast could still be able to pull this off, especially with lack of sustain here. With just Lucio for heals. Oh, that's so desperate here for the Nuts. And especially with
that's a huge play from Nort.
Nort has just been chasing the backline ever since map 2, and that's everything you want from your DP here is Don Cheadle getting out the cleans here. And this is looking, if anything, better for the DooDoo Blast and for Nuts because they're able to get way more ultimates because of the slightly longer fight. They're going to come up here with 4, almost 5 ultimates off the back of this fight win. And, you know, it was just that boop on the Ryan. I'm not sure if that was the Brig or Lucio.
That was Greasy, yeah, the Brig.
And yeah, we talked about it, the bullying. And look, 545, you're only 15 seconds slower than the Nuts were, and you're coming in with way more ultimates than they were on their offense. And oh no, Giant Echo getting caught out on the high ground. But look at all the resources they contested. And that's the go button sign. 2 ultimates coming out here. It's 3 ultimates, 5 ultimates coming out here as they're just throwing everything. They're trying to snowball this point immediately, but Transcendence cancels all that away. Oh my goodness, you understand the attempt was made there by DooDoo Blast, but just get canceled by 1 ultimate. It's the power of Transcendence, and they're just going to have to go away. They try to snowball, and they're getting absolutely nothing out of it.
Super unfortunate, but that's just the way Goats fights go sometimes. They threw everything in the kitchen sink, and it just did not work out. I'm curious to see if Richie stays. It looks like he will. If you're DooDoo, you kind of just have to take a dry fight here, right? I mean, unless you're really confident that you can build ults and play slow, then you really just want to, like, get a grav out. Or get a bomb, or both. Why not? Well, that was...
Deadshot makes the boop to keep the Diva away so he can take the high ground in peace. Both teams now just take a high ground, and the rally is now used. So this is already potentially fight one for DooDoo Blast. The DooDoo Blast are taking this slow. They're letting the rally wait out, and they do have time. They have the clock advantage, so they let the rally wait out. They're not sure if they want to fight yet. A cheeky move attempt there by Moiety, but not able to get it. The nade does get cleansed off of the Diva. As both teams trade back in, and there's the grab. DooDoo Blast gets the grab and the bomb. They're going for the combo. Tab gets they don't kill off the combo, but they get the kills through the combo. However, you're a DooDoo Blast, you're okay with that. You just got 3 ultimates for the price of 0.
Yep. And you built up your nano, you built up your beat, you built up your grav. Your shatter is going to be up there in the middle of the fight because you know that they're going to nano Link, and he's going to build his shatter. If you're DooDoo, you just have to win fast. You know that you played slow, so Butternut's going to have his ult as well. You need to either out-tempo the trance somehow, you need to get the trance out, or you need to hit a fat nade. So right now, DooDoo, they're probably just going to play. They're going to try and get Richie up on the high ground here, and we will see how they go out of here.
They go on the high ground. Moiety tries to disrupt it, but not able to get it. Once again, pretty clean from DooDoo Blast. They're both trying to trade back and forth, and Moiety goes down. There's the trans with just the nano used, and the shatter coming out here. This is a massive potential advantage. No, from DooDoo. There's the grab, there's the beat, and the charge coming in there. They're able to kill through the trans, and now this is...
They still have rally too!
This is disaster now for the Nuts. It's once again, Volskaya B is going to be what they're going to have to rely on, as it is blue in the kill feed. And we're seeing the Baby Diva, seeing if you drink the same stealth juice that Nort took, and it looks okay. They do spot out the Baby Diva. It's not going to last
some time though.
And meanwhile, you see Nort here on the background just harassing the Zarya. Does use the remacking grab, Oh no! Niall dies
what?
to the remix! Niall, you can't let that happen! And the huge nade! Oh my goodness, massive place here from DooDoo Blast coming out here, and it's just a Lucio desperately trying.
They're just gonna have time. They're gonna have time.
3 minutes for a pick on point A. Ooh, that I have no idea. Hopefully, the cast caught it. That I have no idea how you kill Zarya off of that remecking grab, the remecking bomb. But that's absolutely something you take.
Dude, I thought Nort threw. I thought Nort chased the Zarya and threw and then got demeched. And then I was like, okay, cool. He has to waste his bomb here. That's unfortunate. I was going to say something about it. And then Niall dies. I don't know how Niall dies. We'll have to go back and see that somehow. But oh my lord, I don't know exactly what went down there.
Blue, I saw the exact same thing you did and went, he's just remecking and looked away.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
I mean,
I'm so upset
that's what everyone thought. Yeah. And it was an immediate, like, worst case scenario for the Nuts, where not only did they lose their Zarya from an unfortunate play, and then they also got two of their most important sustains naded, and just they couldn't. You know, I've said a couple times Volskaya B, but you know that's how you break Volskaya B. You use your ultimates. You focus down the sustain characters first, and then there is a spawn. They can't contest forever. That's doable, but challenging. And even then, their best case scenario is a draw.
Best case scenario here for the Butternuts is a draw. You can bet on that. But I mean, we just saw a 6-minute hold from DooDoo, so obviously 3 minutes isn't the worst thing in the world for them, or in the worst thing in the world for Butternuts. Let's see, high ground.
DooDoo is going for a different rotation, going on to the right side, and kind of countered by the the very top hold.
No,
like, how does Deadshot kill out the Lucio? And
that's such a big nade too.
Oh, that's a huge play, and the Diva gets DMAC'd off the back of that. Oh, this is a disaster for the Nuts as DooDoo Blast is just spiraling out of control. And we're seeing the issue of this passive hold. They can't take the point. They took damage in the choke, just in the server room. And this is just such a fast. Wow, this is just blazing fast. And DooDoo Blast just absolutely massacres. Blue once again going to go celebrate with the boys, as reverse sweep is now possible. We're on our game deciding game 5. And that was honestly just very clean on the part of DooDoo Blast. They just some really great plays, punishing some of the positioning mistakes. And obviously a little bit of luck, but you make your own luck. And we're seeing here the grab bomb while the bomb didn't do anything. It just melted down the shield so that the Ryan could finish them off. Wow. Look at that, Greasy. 91% kill participation. Now, obviously, it's Brig. Brig gets kill participation from existing, but still, 91% kill participation is kind of a really good sign that your Brig is getting value. And, when Brig gets value, Brig is the reason this comp exists. So, a really clean play here for DooDoo Blast. And now, for the Moiety's Butternuts, you spiraled out to a quick 2-0 lead that looked really convincing, but you just got absolutely steamrolled on Volskaya. So, it's now it's up to you. You're going to have to dig deep, maybe put your Brig jail back on your best Brig player and just really try to win. On the other hand, it's control, and we all know how control goes.
That's got to be a mental boom, though. I mean, they had 6 minutes on the clock. 6
absolutely.
Minutes, and it took
you got
all of it.
You got denied on 6 minutes. You got steamrolled twice on Volskaya, and also coming from someone who tries not to, but is occasionally a tilter, the way they lost Volskaya B is the kind of thing that tilts you. It tilts off your Zarya, it tilts off your team. It's really much about the mental game.
Where was Deadshot? With the team, and he just sniped him?
He just sniped him, yeah. I just went into the chat, and he's like, hey, Blue, did you see my snipe? I was like, okay, yeah.
Hey, man, the Lucio spam, it helps. And I mean, I understand why they took server room, because they had to hold for that long. But when you take such a passive position, you lose to that, right? And as we were just saying, Blue, I was talking about how admittedly it's Brig, but still 91% kill participation is the kind of stat you want to see that in Goats, that your Brig is getting value.
Yeah, no, I mean, that just means that Greasy, if that's happening, that means Greasy's staying alive in every fight, and his passive healing is just contributing. That means he's not feeding, he's not dying, and I mean, that's what you want from your Brig, right? You want your Brig to just exist and allow that passive to keep going, because that's what gets you the kill participation, right? Is you healing others passively as the fights go on and on and on. If your Brig, that means your Brig's basically alive 91% of the time. And if that's the case, then let's go, dude. That's awesome. That's exactly what you want.
Especially we were talking about like the differences. It helps make up for some of the lack that you get, when the Ana happens, right? Talk about like the differences between them. If your Brig is getting extra healing, that can sort of make up for some of the disparities you get between the Ana and the Zen. And yeah, it's for the Butternuts, it started looking great in the beginning, but now they gotta, as Ryan was saying, this is a boom moment. You're getting reverse swept. You just got 6-minute held on Volskaya and absolutely steamrolled on defense, and steamrolled in kind of an unfortunate way. So they, they're gonna have to dig deep. It's Oasis. It's chaotic. We'll see how they respond, and we'll see. Obviously the on the switch is working. Richie is getting a lot of value, so we're just kind of waiting for the last bio break. Taking down 2 of the tanks, immediately rally and beat used, and immediately high ground taken. Yeah, and I mean, it's as we said before, it's control. If you're the Butternuts, you won control the first time, and looked pretty well composed while you did it. So, and a map like Oasis, it can favor teams that have superior team play. It high sight line.
This is hard.
Yeah. Yeah, and also their giant echo can come from any number of angles to disrupt you. So it's going to be up to Richie to find value. Both teams immediately coming out here for the critical map 5 for the championship point, match point for all the glory and for the beautiful medal. And immediately high ground taken by the DooDoo Blast. I guess so. Immediately responded here as they take the point, do the nuts. Moiety going for cheap boops as usual. And immediately, we're seeing the point control versus high ground, the classic battle back and forth. An interesting positioning here, though, taken as it. A nade attempt there from Richie. Richie fell. But on the other hand, we're seeing the results of that. A great response from DooDoo Blast, immediately dropping, and just both teams throwing bodies back and forth. Oh, but Link goes for the charge. Saved now from the edge, but instead killed him. So I guess still better. And with just that a great collapse from DooDoo Blast, responding to the fall. I'm not sure if that was a fall or like a nade drop down call, but regardless, it worked. DooDoo Blast looking clean, and now Tab getting caught out, Build It trying to go for the shatter charge, gets slept but woken up, the classic. And yeah, so it is going to be DooDoo Blast with an early hold, but not too many points given. A recontest not coming in here from the nuts. Fast and furious, as you would expect. Both teams immediately throwing in here. Diva Bomb early, with the Ryan separated. Oh, they get 2 off the Shatter Bomb. The classic. Do you see the Nano? Probably a bit zealous, but it's Nano. And Link just trying to build up the next Shatter. And yeah, just again, 2 very quick, clean fight wins for DooDoo Blast.
I still don't know how they won that first fight. I thought Richie falling off was just going to be it. Like, they're done. They're done-zo. I'm still kind of in awe of how they won that fight. It just got so messy, and I wouldn't favor DooDoo in a messy scenario. I definitely favor the Butternuts. But they got it going. Ooh, grab the wall. Let's see.
We see the grab to try to hold them off point. Grab the wall. Not able to get value off of it. So a pseudo win there. A massive shatter, taking down 2 of the tanks. Immediately rally and beat used from both sides. Actually, no, Moiety still has beat. Doesn't want to win with that. Nort grab. That's huge. Another big play. Nort saying, hey, I can be playmaking Diva too. As both teams throwing back and forth. However, Nort is separated. Nort is going to die here. As the retreat call seems to be called up for DooDoo Blast, or at least the reset. As they're just getting melted down, and it will be the nuts finally retaking the point, though.
Wait, there's Ice up though. I don't know if it means much.
No, I think this is a stagger. You take it if you're DooDoo Blast because you just want point percentage. But this, now if you're nuts, you can calm down. You can set up your defense and stop the bleeding. You have 2 support ults. However, you have once again the tank ults coming up here for the side of DooDoo Blast. Those are the ultimates you want to win the fight with. If you can force out that trans, they kind of have nothing. And immediately we're seeing the off angle taken again by Nort. Nort likes taking those aggressive angles. Oh, the shatter through! Forces out the trans.
Use the trans.
The massive bait! Oh my goodness, he hits 3! And immediately we're seeing the follow-up grab coming out here, forcing out the beat. The
bomb is perfect!
Immediately just forces Moiety into the corner. As the shatter gets blocked, a huge play here from Link, and DooDoo Blast is just exploding back onto the point. A desperation grab here, trying to turn it around is Butternut, but I'm not sure if that's enough.
You get Link.
They get Link, but still, I think you want to hold that to the last fight. Is now you're just Moiety is trying to just make the percentage
Oh,
points.
he boots
trying
on
to
Cheeto.
maybe get a stagger. On the other hand, he boots on Cheeto. Tab comes back on. Oh my goodness, are they doing this?
They
Butternut,
might be.
Butternut is getting attacked. DooDoo Blast is giving up, but they flip over the point. But Butternut with Nort out there. Tab. Oh no, Tab misses the charge. The Tab could be.
Butternut's dead.
Oh, Butternut goes down. Oh no, now this just went to a complete disaster. That attempts to stagger.
This went from miraculous to disastrous in less than 5 seconds.
It's a nice edge you choose to play on when you do that, and that's 95%
across the touch.
of Reinhardt and Spawn. Yeah, we see the Diva touches, and Nort is going to... Oh, Jynako pulls down to the low ground. Someone else has to touch. Someone else has to touch. Oh, nice block there from Tab. They try to grab him off the point. A huge nade! Oh my goodness, Richie is getting so much nade value. Just needed to warm up on the Ana, apparently, because they've naded so many people this map. We called them out saying that Honor needs to make value, and they are. Now Niall desperately trying to stay alive here. Is the only member of the Nuts, and now going down. This will be DooDoo Blast taking the point.
That was okay. That second to last push from the Butternuts, it was almost perfect. Moiety gets the boop onto Don Cheadle. That's so much of the DPS out of the fight. And then you think, I mean, you start thinking, we've seen DooDoo Blast lose some pretty bad fights in this series. And what happens is, I don't know. I don't know what happened. Oh, you know what they do? They get Butternut. They focus. They actually focus fire up. They don't have any Discord or anything. It's pure focus fire. And I don't know how they won that. That was such a ballsy play coming from the Butternuts, and it just didn't work out. The big difference in this series is that early on, those plays were working out. Those disengage to re-engages were working out beautifully as long as they were getting exit picks. And in this case, they were working off Moiety's boops and just taking people out of the fight. But that's the difference in the series is those plays aren't working.
I think it was the missed pin. They tried to pin out the Diva, and then that left the Reinhardt and Zarya separated, and they just focused down the Zarya off the back of that. All right, we're immediately again seeing the high ground rotation coming in here from DooDoo Blast, and a long rotation here coming up from Butternut. I'm not sure if that's in response or because of. And immediately high ground taken here from DooDoo Blast. That's a strong position, but again, we're seeing high ground versus point. We've seen both these teams take these associated positions. That's the Diva drops down to contest. And we are eventually going to see this re-engage, and even the auto drops down. Okay, so DooDoo Blast takes the high ground, didn't find any value, but oh, but a massive nade!
Big
Hit
nade.
4. Richie is turned on these nades here on these last couple of maps. They are going to heal up though, but Lahab is not going to get healed up in time. The nade just forced so many resources out of them, and they weren't able to eventually sustain, and they eventually worn them down over time. And this is just another clean fight when DooDoo Blast is looking completely renewed off these Ana plays, and it's just Moiety and the Baby Diva who will get cleaned up by Link. And again, DooDoo Blast is going to win the opening fight.
So those nades, the thing I didn't talk about earlier that I probably should have, is not only does it mitigate the resources, it also messes up your tempo and how you use them. I mean, GOAT's, so much of it is about the rhythm of the fight, the tempo of the fight, just being able to dictate things on your terms. If you're naded and you can't use your resources, I mean, what do you think you dictate the fight with? It's your resources. It's your bodies, your health bars, your cooldowns. But they're just not... I mean, the nade does such a good job of doing that. But, you know, see, DooDoo does get pushed off the high ground. See if they can do anything with it.
Oh, I think Nort went for the drop down bomb, but they got
What?
Oh no! Again! Oh my goodness! Again, those lucky Diva bomb kills on the Zarya. I don't know how those keep happening. It's a different player too, but it's just apparently Nort Logic is just apparently a god at getting those cheeky Zarya picks.
I think Niall was actually blocking it, and I think Butternut was standing behind Niall, but then Niall moved out of the way. Niall moved out of the way, and I just don't think they communicated it very well. All right, Nort's just surfing.
That's it.
Flashy. Wait, Richie's alone right now. This is... Okay.
Both teams now having their ultimates. This is going to be a bit of an ultimate showdown here. But again, high ground, DooDoo Blast showing how much they care about it. Moiety going for the boop, not going to get it. Rally contested.
They're walking on Richie.
Shatters from both teams, getting a couple numbers down. Nano forced out here, as this is Transcendence. Both teams throwing ultimates back and forth, but now neither team's going to have resources. As you know, they'll have their beats here. And immediate force out here from early, so that's theoretically a free grab. The grab comes in from both teams, but again, the nade from Richie once again. But the grab around the wall is going to cancel out the follow-up back and forth.
Wait, the shatter? The bomb?
Shatter bomb attempted, but in the meantime, 2 members of the Nuts die. And
I mean, this is you have to win you have to win this fight. If you're the Butternuts, if you lose this fight, you might not reverse sweep. You have no ults going into this. You do have 6% to win.
Moiety desperately trying to contest the point, but Moiety, why are you contesting the point? They have the percentage. You needed to die in response and contest for overtime. Is anybody going to touch it? They can't.
I don't think they can do it.
DooDoo Blast does it. The reverse sweep. Incredible effort here from DooDoo Blast as they just come back and just dominate the late game. Blew us off to go pop off on DooDoo Blast chat. Wow, what a game. DooDoo Blast just comes back saying they did it for Oof Troop. Oof Troop, I hope you're in the chat seeing this. This is just incredible team effort from DooDoo Blast coming back from 2-0 down. How are you feeling, Blue?
You know, I'm glad that we got to watch some very good Overwatch.
Mm-hmm. You did your popping off outside of the...
Yeah, I screamed so loud I was lightheaded. It feels great. But, I mean, that was just really good Overwatch. I mean, it up until the last map, or the last bit of that map, you could see that it just got kind of wild. Those that bomb shatter from J Nico and Tap has just been absolutely huge so far. And I mean, we saw the cadence was off for them. Dude, those nades were just throwing them off, man.
I mean, we called it, right? We said, if Richie gets value, this could work. And Richie got value. That's everything you could possibly ask out of your Ana player to just punish every time the enemy goat team tries to engage.
And yeah, I mean, not a whole lot to say about it. That was great. That was great Overwatch. I'm really thankful to both teams because they made that a 5-map classic. It was very fun. Definitely a solid homage to this comp, I would say. I mean, just a nice send-off. It was very fun. It was a very fun thing to cast, and I'm glad we got to cast a game like this. Yeah.
Who's your player in the match?
My player of the match would probably be Nort.
Yeah.
Definitely Nort. I think just had the really weird out of nowhere high impact plays, like you said, just the bombs that shouldn't be killing Zarya's, just a couple of key eats going on. I mean, that last map, just University was super not easy for them, but it was a lot easier because Nort they were actually losing a fight in regards to resources, and then Nort eats a grav, and suddenly they win that fight. Everyone looked really good. Shout out to Greasy too. Greasy on the brig, just didn't die. Was very constant, very good. Yeah. So I would throw my vote to Nort.
Yeah, absolutely. And we really did see like Nort, like early on, the diva difference was probably on the side of the nuts, but Nort showed up in a big way in the second half. Yeah, you said he got the eats, and like even like obviously like some of those diva bomb kills shouldn't have happened, but a lot of what Nort's value was from positioning. Nort would go off, put pressure on the backline. He would make them respond. And obviously, like, we talk about how those Zarya kills shouldn't happen. On the other hand, if Nort's forcing out the bubble and, the Zarya's alone outside of cover, that's how those things happen. Zarya doesn't have mobility. Zarya keeps herself alive off of her own bubble. And if Nort was forcing those out, that's how those kills happen. I definitely agree with you on Nort. I also, have to give a lot of credit to Richie. We called his number as, the Zen difference early, and we questioned the Ana switch, but it worked. Just getting the nades when they mattered, staying alive, taking good angles. Just some really solid comeback win from DooDoo Blast. And, a heart go out to Nuts. You played really well.
They did.
It always sucks to get reverse swept in the finals, but especially off some really feel bad like ways. But at the end of the day, you can look back, be proud of where you got to, and still come up happy that you represented.
Absolutely. I mean, there's definitely a reason that a team has to reverse sweep in the first place, and that's because the team they're playing against is very good. The team doesn't just go up 2-0 by fluke. They just don't. It was
exactly.
It was a closely contested series the whole way through, and it looked really good. I mean, Volskaya went to overtime. The only maps that I would say weren't very close were the ones that I would say King's Row was not that close.
No.
I would say the last map wasn't that close. But other than that, every other map was super well contested.
Yeah. And it was a really messy fights at times, but also like kind of quintessential goats. Like, as someone who hasn't casted goats because I haven't been able to cast the tournament, like, for one thing, I was noticing I would jump up, I think people heard my voice was breaking because I ran out of room to grow because there was so much, like, those fights were so dramatic and like there was so much going on. we saw both teams really understood how to get the best out of their abilities. They were answering calls. They were, even like we talked about, like we're not sure if that was a drop down or a boop, but the response from DooDoo Blast, like that's the kind of example of a play that comes from a team who knows how to respond and listen and trust their shot caller when they make that call.
100%. Well, I think we should probably call it there.
Absolutely.
That was great. It was really nice casting with you again, my man. And
well, Blue.
Ryan, thank you so much for showing up and camming for us, bro. I mean, sure you caught some great stuff. But yeah, thanks to everybody who competed in this tournament. Thank you very much. I mean, I competed. I got first round exit. It was awesome. Still had a lot of fun. Thanks to Don Cheadle for putting this idea out there, kind of running the show. Thanks to everybody who showed up to all the streams. There weren't like a whole lot of streams, but they were great. They were fun. And again, thanks to DooDoo Blast. Thank you to Moiety's Buttered Nuts for putting on such a show.
Absolutely. And thank you to all of you. Thank you for all of you for watching. If you liked what you saw, our next season is going to come soon. Pay attention to our announcements. Join our Discord so you can get all the information you need. February 22nd is when our season 3 will begin. Our preseason February 6th. Keep an eye out for signups if you want to play. We're always looking for more teams to show up. Always looking for more casters, especially looking for more cams. So, if this is the kind of thing you guys want to do, make sure to come on out. Check out Golden Hammer Gaming and everything we have on offer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, season 3 is Halo 3 themed. It's very cool. That's all I have to say. And we would love to have you guys if you're new. Yeah.
Really going to show the gap between the millennials and the Gen Zers there, between those who remember Halo 3 and those who weren't alive yet. So, on behalf of GHG, I'm Matty Alons with Blue and Private X Ryan. Signing off. Good night, folks. Have a good one.
Good night, guys. Thank you.